Boyka versus Ong Bak. Which character will win? Hey there and welcome to our channel. Today we've got yet another exciting matchup for you. We'll be pitting two of the most recognizable martial arts movie actors against each other. We're talking about Yuri Boyka from the Undisputed series and Ting from the iconic movie Ong Bak. Who do you think will win? Well, let's find out. Before we begin, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click on that notification icon so you never miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And with that out of the way, let's turn our attention to our two fighters. Before we get into the arena, here's a brief background on each of our fighters. Yuri Boyka first made his appearance in the Undisputed series in the second installment of the movie. Portrayed by Scott Adkins, Yuri Boyka was introduced to the series as a professional Russian prison fighter. We don't know a lot about Boyka before he enters prison, but from his stint during his incarceration, it became clear what his main objective was: to become the most complete fighter in the world. Boyka was unafraid to let others know what he thought about himself, as he would regularly boast to anyone who cared to listen that he was the best and most complete fighter. A violent and intolerant person, Boyka didn't allow anyone to challenge him or step in his way, something a fellow prisoner, Chambers, was not aware of. Despite many warnings from others given to Chambers to steer clear of making trouble with Boyka, Chambers did the direct opposite, starting a fight with Boyka. Eventually, the two lads agreed to face off in a fight. A self-confident Boyka boasted that he could beat Chambers with his bare hands alone, while making fun of Chambers' boxing abilities. However, Chambers surprised Boyka with his fighting skills. Boyka was only spared the shame of losing thanks to a drugged drink that was given to Chambers during the fight. However, Chambers, who later discovered that he was drugged during the fight, went into a frenzy, killing the two people who drugged him and requesting a rematch with Boyka. Boyka would accept the challenge, a decision that would turn out to be a grave mistake. He became a humble version of his former self, and in a bid to regain some pride, Boyka entered a new tournament organized by his former boss, Gaga. The inter-prison tournament, called the Prison Spets Competition, was Boyka's opportunity to not only redeem his image, but also to clear his prison record and secure an early release. Against all odds, and in one of the most excruciating final matches you'd ever see, Boyka overcame great pain and managed to claw himself out of the hands of defeat to win the final match of the competition and become the undisputed champion of the first Prison Spets competition, while also winning his freedom from prison. As a fighter, Boyka is known for his sheer strength, which becomes a real asset for him when facing bigger opposition. With his powerful strikes, he is capable of incapacitating his opponents. On one occasion, he killed a fighter with just one blow to the head. His stamina and endurance are also two of Boyka's greatest strengths. He fought in an entire tournament with just one knee, was shot 3 times, and still managed to kill an enemy before tiring out. Boyka is truly a fighter's nightmare. But he's not just a rough brawler, he's an expert fighter, skilled in a variety of martial arts including MMA, Judo, Muay Thai, boxing, Taekwondo, and Jiu-Jitsu. Standing in the way of Yuri Boyka is the town hero and monk Ting from the popular movie Ong Bak. Portrayed by Tony Jaa, Ting was a poor monk from the backwater village of Mandi Pradu in Thailand. The story began in his town where a group of men led by a man named Don, who works for a Bangkok crime lord, stole the sacred head of the Ong Bak statue. Following the theft, the entire village was enraged. The villagers banded together and managed to collect all the money they could to fund the revenge mission of a certain monk who happened to be Ting. Ting's mission was simple: retrieve the head of Ong Bak. The responsibility for this was put on Ting's shoulders, as he was considered by the villagers to be the most physically capable youth for the task. On arriving in Bangkok, Ting met an old friend, a former monk called Humle, who now went by the name George. Humle offered to help Ting find Don and retrieve the head of Ong Bak. The duo also teamed up with a beautiful but greedy Moylek to complete Ting's mission. Ting's alliance with these two was not without a world of trouble, but somehow, thanks to Ting's resilience, he managed to stay on course and ultimately complete his mission, recovering the head of Ong Bak and returning to his village as a hero. Throughout the movie, Ting's incredible fighting ability is evident. He is a supreme athlete and an incredible acrobat who moves with precision and poise. In addition to this, Ting is also a high-level Muay Thai fighter. In combat, he uses powerful elbows, shins, and knees to deliver devastating blows to his opponents. When fighting against bigger opponents, Ting's acrobatic skills come to the fore, executing impressive maneuvers and delivering dangerous elbow strikes. He is also adept with weapons, and his favorite options are the staff, sticks, and tonfa. Now that we have met our two elite fighters, it's time for the fight to begin. To settle this fight, as always, we will judge our fighters across 4 major categories: fighting pedigree, physique, skill, and improvisation. For each category, we will award a maximum of 10 points. In the end, the fighter with the higher cumulative points will be declared the winner. Let's begin. Fighting pedigree. It's clear that both Boyka and Ting are well-trained fighters. However, we'll give this category to Yuri Boyka for obvious reasons. While Ting is an expert in Muay Thai, Boyka is an expert in an array of martial arts styles, from boxing to MMA, Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, you name it. It's 9 points to Boyka and 7 to Ting. Physique. Boyka stands at 5 feet 10 inches, but weighs a staggering 93 kilograms of pure muscle. On the other hand, Ting stands at 5 feet 6 inches and weighs 65 kilograms. It's a no contest here. Ting will struggle to cope with the taller and much heavier Yuri Boyka. It's 9 points to Boyka again and 6 to Ting. Skill. These guys are supreme athletes and talented martial artists who are highly proficient at what they do. We are tempted to tilt in Boyka's favor here, but we cannot ignore Ting's genius either. So we'll call this one a tie. 8 points for both fighters. Improvisation. Ting's ability to glide through the air effortlessly and deliver lightning-fast elbow strikes is extremely impressive. And for this reason, we'll give him the lead when it comes to improvisation. 9 points to Ting, 7 to Boyka. The verdict? And so, with a total of 33 points to Ting's 30 points, Yuri Boyka does enough to beat Ting and leave him licking his wounds. Do you agree with our verdict? Let us know what you think in the comments section. Thanks for watching to the end. We'll see you in our next video.